Have you ever wondered if getting an Airbnb or an all-inclusive hotel, which one is going to be the best option for you? In this video, we're going to be diving into which is going to be the best, or at least I'm going to try to share with you guys my opinion. You're going to have stamps where you can go and jump in the video if you want to. I've had the chance of visiting and traveling to Panama and right here in Cuba, and I've been in so many hotels and Airbnb. But let's talk about the normal things that you will look for when it comes to looking for the best Airbnb or all-inclusive hotel. The first thing that I will love talking about is the price section. For example, let's just start talking about a budget-friendly. Airbnb and a budget-friendly are easier to find, and the experience might be not that comfy compared to the hotel on the same budget. But I would say that it really depends about the area where you're going to be staying in. I had a crazy experience in a hotel called Roma in Panama, and the walls were exploded from the inside due to humidity. I think that when it comes to Airbnb and a budget-friendly, they're going to have the minimum quality. People are going to try to give you as much as they can. And the Airbnb in this case, the customer service in this case, in my opinion, mostly they are much better because they're almost private. They're going to try to give you the best value they can. Now let's talk about the regular budget. And I would say that this is going to be a win-win if you pick an Airbnb. Normally, in my experience, they would include more stuff than the hotels. Of course, all-inclusive is all-inclusive, but there's some things that you're going to be missing in the hotels that you're going to find in the Airbnb. Let me explain. The Airbnbs in the middle range, you should be paying attention to the details. Airbnb are always thinking about the customers. All-inclusive hotels in this case, they're going to have so many clients. For example, having the room and time, towels, and this crazy stuff. Might not be the huge thing, but details matter. Now let's talk about the luxury accommodation, the top of the top of the top. I would say, guys, that in this case, this is competition. It doesn't really matter where you're going to be staying in, whether it's an Airbnb or all-inclusive or a luxury hotel. They're going to have the best quality ever. I mean, in this case, it really depends. It's up to you. Where do you want to go? You have to be thinking if you want to be sure and maybe a local life. We're going to be talking about that shortly. But there are a couple of things involved when it comes to these top places or these top luxury hotels. Because when it comes to choosing between a luxury hotel or an Airbnb, you got to be thinking in advance what are the things that you're going to be looking for. Because when it comes to prices, both are going to be high. When it comes to details, both are going to be high. When it comes to personal customer, both are going to be high. When it comes to location, I would love to talk about the pros and cons. Staying in all-inclusive hotels is a great option for those who are looking for a space to relax, being away of the crowd, and find a space with yourself. That's excellent. But at the same time, are mostly away from the town. So if you're more an adventure person who likes to go out of the night, enjoy the local life, and so on, you would probably prefer an Airbnb in this case. Airbnb are more local life. Sometimes it depends about the place where you're going to be staying in. You can have privacy or you can have a good time by sharing with the locals. It's up to you. I would say most of the times in the Airbnb, you're going to have included the breakfast. Not all the time, but most of the times.
And it's included, actually. Forget what I just said because I had no clue about it, but it's included. And it's, well, so far it looks amazing. I'm gonna try and I'm gonna let you know.
All-inclusive hotel, of course, you're gonna have all-inclusive. Even though the quality is not the best, sometimes it depends. In the all-inclusive hotel, you're gonna have everything prepared. You don't have to cook, whatever. And if you stay in an Airbnb, most of the times you have to be spending money going out, or you gotta be eating, cooking by yourself. Which sucks sometimes because if you're traveling, you don't want to be spending time in, cooking and stuff like this. The next point that I will love talking about, guys, in this video is the distribution. This might not sound like a super important point, but in my opinion, it's very, very important. Let me explain why. Last resort I went here in Cuba, it was the Pullman Cayuco. You can watch that video right here at the end. When it comes to distribution, it was very well out, very even, very flat. You can go to everywhere by walking, not that far. This is very important. And that's something that you might be thinking when it comes to looking for a place, whether it's an Airbnb or a luxury hotel. Now, Airbnb instead is a little bit more crazy because sometimes you find, the best location, but maybe the house that you're looking for is not the right one. I have found so many crazy good Airbnbs. They're, they have so many stairs. It's not that super comfy when it comes to, being in a flat place that you don't have to be walking and going upstairs and stuff like that. It's not that comfy, but the place is great at the end. So try always, guys, to filter all the things that you want to be looking for. And the last point that I want to be talking about in this video is opportunities. Guys, if you're planning to visit Cuba, stick around, subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to be launching very soon some tours, some excursions that are going to be amazing. Hit the like for the algorithm, guys, and thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this video helps you to understand a little bit more the difference between what you could do by choosing an Airbnb and an all-inclusive hotel, luxury hotel, however you want to call it. Okay, my name is Alex Rodriguez, just in case you're new here. Subscribe so you don't miss anything. Chao pescado, vuelta picadillo. See you guys in the next video, and drink water all the time. Love you.